I spent an entire year applying for over 100 project management jobs and got rejected from every single one, even after getting my PMP certification. Here are the 3 massive mistakes I made that you need to avoid. Hey everyone, if you're trying to break into project management but you're struggling to land that first job, this video is for you. I'm going to share the 3 biggest mistakes I made when I was transitioning into project management. Mistakes that cost me an entire year of frustration, self-doubt, and countless rejections. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what not to do and more importantly, what you should do instead to fast-track your way into your first PM role. Let me start by sharing a bit of my story. A decade ago when I started my career, I wasn't working in project management at all. I actually started as an operations analyst at a hedge fund administration company, which has absolutely nothing to do with project management. My role focused on reconciling hedge fund clients' portfolios, looking at their cash positions and transactions, and identifying any breaks between them and their brokers or custodians. It was purely operational work. But here's where things got interesting. Even in that job, there were some opportunities for me to work on small projects. For instance, I got to help launch and migrate new clients into the firm, improve data quality processes, and work on system mappings. All of these small projects made me realize that I had an genuine interest and passion for project management. So I made the decision to pivot my career and get a job in project management. But here's the thing, my background had nothing to do with project management. I didn't have any formal project management education, experience, or credentials. And this leads me to my first massive mistake. I thought that stacking certifications would be my ticket to landing a project management job. But I didn't learn this lesson until 2 to 3 years later. Having certifications doesn't automatically mean that you will have project management job opportunities. Certifications are helpful, but they are not the magic solution that I thought they would be. Let me tell you what happened. I figured that since I didn't have experience, at least I could get education and use certifications to prove my qualifications. So I spent tons of time learning and writing exams for various certifications. First, I got my CAPM and then tried to apply for jobs. I didn't have much luck. In fact, I had 0 luck. So I moved on to the CSM because it only needed a weekend and it taught me about Agile and Scrum, something CAPM didn't talk about at all. When I got that, I tried again to apply for jobs. That didn't work out either. Then I went for the big one. I got my PMP certification, which is considered the golden standard in the project management industry. I thought, okay, now I can definitely land a project management job because I have the most respected certification in this field. Plus, I'm already at a team lead role at my current company. However, it still didn't work out. It wasn't until a year later, 1 year after I got my PMP certification, that I finally landed my first project management job. You may argue that I was lacking decent resumes or interview skills, but that still proves my point, that stacking certifications isn't the way out. In fact, it may be just a production of procrastination, a fear of failure, or lack of proper strategies. My second major mistake was relying entirely on textbook knowledge during interviews instead of real examples and experiences. Yes, I have completed different kinds of projects, but since I didn't wear the project manager hat, I didn't know about all the aspects of the projects and I wasn't involved in all project activities. Because of that, my answers in interviews were missing details and largely based on textbook knowledge that I picked up from studying for the certifications. I think that's exactly why, even though I could get some interviews, I couldn't actually land a job for such a long time. When interviewers ask me questions like, tell me about a time you managed a difficult stakeholder, or how did you manage risks during a project, I will give these generic, theoretical answers that sounded like they came straight out of a project management textbook. There was no authenticity, no real story, no specific details that would make my answers memorable or convincing. The lesson here is clear. Real experience and specific examples matter way more than theoretical knowledge. Now that I have hired some project managers myself over the years, I'm critically clear that interviewers can definitely tell the difference between someone lived through project challenges and someone who's just memorized the right answers. The third mistake I made was thinking that if I just kept applying to as many jobs as possible, I would eventually land one. This was completely wrong. Throughout the year after I got my PMP, I applied to so many different jobs, probably over 50, maybe even close to 100 jobs during that year. None of them worked out until the very end. And here's the kicker. I actually landed my first project manager job through networking, not through any of those applications, because that job wasn't even posted, and I had the chance to discuss what the role would be like with the hiring manager. But before that happened, I completely underestimated the power and impact of networking. I thought that if I just applied to as many jobs as possible, eventually one will stick, but that's not how it works. Instead, what I should have done was focus on way fewer opportunities, maybe 5 to 10 really targeted positions, and do my homework on those specific roles and companies. I should have done networking with people connected to those jobs and those companies, building relationships with people who could potentially help me get into those roles. The reality is that most jobs, especially at the professional level, are filled through referrals and networking connections. When you apply code through job boards, you are competing with hundreds of other applicants. But when someone on the inside refers you, you immediately stand out from the crowd. So lesson number 3, networking and targeted applications are far more effective than mass job applications. Quality beats quantity every single time. Now looking back at all these mistakes, I keep thinking about what could have made this journey so much easier and faster. The truth is, I had to figure everything out on my own through painful trial and error. I spent a full year struggling with applications, going through countless disappointments and self-doubt. I had to do my own research across multiple sources, trying to piece together information from different places. I wasted so much time on strategies that simply didn't work. What I really needed was someone to guide me through the specific steps, someone who had already been through this journey and could show me the exact path forward. I needed someone to show me how to write a compelling project management resume. I needed help preparing for project management interviews with authentic examples that would actually resonate with hiring managers. I needed to learn how to do strategic networking with specific people at target companies, not just random networking. If I had this kind of guidance, I could have landed my first project manager job way faster. I could have avoided that entire year of struggle and headaches. I could have skipped all those disappointments and the self-doubts that came with consistent rejections. Most importantly, I would have had a clear, focused strategy instead of scattered efforts, and I would have known exactly what to do without having to go through all that trial and error. And that's exactly why I'm now providing that training and coaching that I wish I had when I was trying to land my first project management job. If you're going through the same struggle right now, if you're applying to job after job without getting results, if you're getting into interviews but not converting them to offers, if you're feeling stuck and don't know what your next steps should be, I want to help you. I have created a comprehensive system that has helped dozens of people. It's designed to help you position yourself as a strong project management candidate, even without a PM title. Prepare for interviews with compelling, authentic examples that hiring managers actually want to hear, and build a strategic networking approach that opens doors. If this sounds like something that could help you, feel free to use the link in the description to book a free call with me and my team, where we can talk about your specific situation and how we could potentially help you. Either way, don't spend the next year making the same mistakes I made. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more project management career advice content. And definitely check out that free consultation call. The link is right there in the description. I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon on our call. Have a great day.